Hey guys, I'm Nicole. We are about to jump into another advanced yoga practice because they've been coming highly requested. So movement is coming, but I just got done filming to announce a yoga retreat that I'm going to be offering this February 2021 in Panama. I won't go into all the details here, so you can check it out if you're interested, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a tidbit in case it sounds interesting to you. Those of you who are already certified to teach, this will count as continuing education credits. I'm going to be offering some workshops and things with more of an educational component, or you can totally just have a yoga retreat, take some classes, relax, surf, etc. in Panama. So I'm really excited. February 2021. Find me on Instagram if you haven't already, Nicole Wild Collective. And you can also subscribe to the mailing list on my website. I'll put all the links below so that you have everything you need to know. Last thing, please subscribe to this channel. I've only been doing this for about a month now and the response has been incredible. I'm so happy to be offering these classes with you guys every week, and I would love if you stay tuned, send me a message, let me know where in the world you're at, and if you have any requests for practice. Okay, that was the rundown. Let's get moving. We're gonna start in a seat, so get seated. So get comfortable in your seat. That might mean that you sit up onto a prop. And then close the eyes. Letting the closing of the eyes serve as, I like to think of it as a ritual. As a ritual of tuning in, turning in. And asking body what it needs in this moment, asking the heart space how it is doing, asking the gut what's here now. Knowing that as we begin a practice that is labeled, in quotes, advanced, and that challenging physical movements are coming your way, a challenging asana practice. I think it's incredibly important, and I hold the responsibility as a teacher, that we begin to expand the practice in all directions. So advanced movement is certainly coming your way. But can you also sit in stillness? Can you use this flip of the gaze inward as an opportunity to explore the self and connect to a presence that is a layer deeper than the thinking mind? Find the breath. Lovingly fill the lungs. Fill them so much that they hug into the heart space. Pause at the top. Open the mouth, exhale. And letting go of whatever that thing is that you might have brought to your mat with you, that you'd like to let go of in this practice, that maybe doesn't serve you right now, in this moment. Take another cycle of breath or so and use them as an opportunity to set the tone for your practice. To connect to body-mind in a way that acknowledges that body and mind are really not so separate. And I'd like our transition into movement to be slow so that as we move, you can stay with you in this capacity. So keeping the eyes closed, start just by letting the chin drop in towards the chest. Hands stay on the knees, round through the back body. So as if the back of the ribs could clamshell open, send the heart into the space behind you. Chin in towards chest. Soft opening of the eyes, let it just be a crack open. And then on your inhale, pull the heart through, roll the shoulders together and down, lift the chin. Maybe the eyes transition all the way open, but keep the gaze soft. One more time, come back through center. Exhale, round through back body, tuck tailbone up and in, chin in towards chest. And then roll the shoulders onto the back body as you pull the heart through. Drop the hands behind you, coming just onto fingertips, and then use that press into the floor to open the heart space even a little bit more. And then come back into a neutral spine. Let's cross over the ankles. Find your way to a down dog. If you'd like movement along the way, that might look like a child's pose or a tabletop or some cat-cows. By all means, take it. Letting the practice be yours. So I'm here to give you lots of suggestions, lots of options. But ultimately, the ask is that you move in a way that honors your body. Couple cycles of breath in your down dog, pedal out the feet, bending into one knee and then into the other knee. And articulating each vertebrae in the spine on your exhale, let's ripple forward, finding a high plank so that wrists land underneath the shoulders. I guess shoulders land on top of the wrists. Active press the floor away. Lift the left foot to a hover. And then sweep the right hand to the back of the room. Throwing you guys right into the fire here. If it's too much too soon, always modify. If you don't know how to modify, ask your body what it needs. Inhale, kick the left toes back. Keep the right fingertips sweeping to the back of the room. And then on your exhale, shift forward. Bring the left knee to the left elbow. Keep the right fingertips reaching back. Spin to the inside edge of the right foot. Left foot steps off to the side and right fingertips peel open. Sweep the right hand all the way to the front of the room, and then take a bend into the right knee until the hips drop towards the right heel just to a hover above the mat. Re-straighten through the right leg. One more time, exhale, bend into the right knee, send the hips towards right heel. Re-straighten through the right leg, keep the left foot as it is, drop the right hand underneath right shoulder and shift to the ball of the right foot. And then drop the left hip towards the floor. Peel the heart through the shoulders to the front of the room. A lot of length in the outer hip IT band. Press into the hands to lift the hips back up. Sweep the left toes all the way back, three-legged down dog. And then drop the left foot next to the right. Keep all 10 finger pads, knuckle pads engaged with the floor. On your exhale, elbows tap the floor. Bend into the elbows, finding your dolphin pose for a moment. And then re-straighten through the arms. Exhale, tap. Inhale, re-straighten. Exhale to tap. Inhale to re-straighten. And then drop the knees down to the floor. We're gonna scoop. So as you bend into the elbows, scoop the heart through the shoulders and roll through to kind of a big cobra. It's like an up dog, but the thighs are on the floor. Stay grounded into the knees. Lower the heart back down. Come up onto the fingertips and then press up into your tabletop position, rounding through the back body. Come back through neutral spine, wrists underneath the shoulders, curl onto the toes and lift into your high plank. Right toes lift to a hover, right foot is flexed. And then sweep left hand to the space behind you. On your inhale, kick back with the right foot. Left fingertips keep reaching back. Right toes sweep high. Move as slowly as you need to in the transitions. We're never in any rush. Let your body experience the shapes. On your exhale, shift forward. Right knee taps right elbow, maybe. And then spin to the inside edge of left foot. As right foot steps off to the left side of the mat, left fingertips sweep high. Reach the left hand all the way to the front of the room. And then bend into the left knee, sending the hips towards left heel. Left fingertips extend long. Re-straighten through the left leg. One more time, bend into the left knee, hips towards left heel. And then re-straighten. Keep the right foot planted. Shift to the ball of the left foot as the left hand comes down. And then soften the outer right hip towards the floor. Thread the heart through the shoulders. And then lifting the hips back up. Kick the right toes all the way back. Three-legged down dog. Drop the right toes next to the left toes. On your exhale, tap the elbows to the floor. Inhale, re-straighten. Exhale to tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap down. This time, keep the bend of the elbows, and a step farther than our last flow, we're gonna scoop the heart through, coming all the way to your up dog. On your exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing. Walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Keep the right hand down, bend into the right knee, left fingertips peel open. And then take left hand behind you for a bind, reaching towards the right inner thigh. Release bind, come back through center, swap it out, left hand down, right fingertips open up. Knowing that anytime you feel like you need a prop in this practice, by all means grab a block or some books. Right hand could come behind the back. And then re-straighten through the right arm. Come back through center. Take all 10 fingers to interlace and roll out the wrists. Switch direction of the circles. Much of a bend in the knees as you need to plant the hands shoulder width distance apart. Shift weight forward into the fingertips a little bit. And then lift the right foot so that the right toes can tap the right wrist. And then drop the right foot down. Left toes tap the left wrist. And then release. One vertebrae at a time. Let's roll up the spine, coming all the way up to standing. Head and neck are last to lift. Arms extend up overhead at the top. Engage the glutes. Tuck tailbone as you peel the heart through the shoulders. Cactus out the arms. With your inhale, rebound right back up through center. On your exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale to release, plant the hands, bend into the knees, right toes, tap right wrist. And then this time, sweep the right foot high. Shift your weight into the fingertips. You can either play with a hop towards handstand if you're feeling ready for it in the wrists. We're gonna land in a three-legged down dog. So it's either a moment in a handstand float or one big hop back with the left foot, right toes, kick back, three-legged down dog. On your exhale, right foot drops next to the left foot. Ripple the spine forward, high plank. This time, take a big step forward with the hands so that you're hollowing out the shape. Now, if this feels pretty easy, option to come to the tops of the toes. Or you can stay on the balls of the feet. Tuck the tailbone, glutes are super strong, and press the floor away. So biceps towards the ears. On your exhale, both elbows at the same time, drop elbows to the mat. So we're in our forearm plank, maybe on the tops of the toes. And then drop the knees down, roll the hips through, finding your Sphinx pose, glutes engage. On your exhale, heart softens to the floor. Come up onto fingertips if you can underneath the shoulders. If this is too much, flatten the palms. Curl onto the toes, and then on your inhale, press all the way up, high plank. Stay on the fingertips as you roll the hips back, down dog. Shorten your stance slightly by stepping the feet forward a bit and walking the feet wide towards the edges of the mat, and then find a little bit of a bounce with the upper body. Getting some mobility in the shoulder girdle. Drop the palms. Come up high onto the toes, deep bend into the knees. On your exhale, hop into your Malasana at the top of the mat, yogi squat. Elbows to the knees, hands to the heart. Extend the fingertips up, directly up overhead. You can either hang out here, or if it's okay in the knee joint, pivot the right knee in towards the center of the mat, tapping the knee to the floor. And then back through center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back through center, bring palms back to touch at the heart. And lift the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Step the feet back to hip width distance. On your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Open the mouth for your exhale, let it go. Inhale to rise, come all the way through, standing palms to touch overhead, lift up and out of the waist. Engage the glutes, exhale, cactus out the arms, thread the heart through the shoulders. Inhale, rebound, back up through center, arms extend. On your exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen the spine. On your exhale, release, plant the hands shoulder width. Lift the left toes to tap the left wrist. And then sweep the left foot high. Again, it's either a couple hops towards handstand or a hop straight back, but whatever shape you are in, we're gonna land in our three-legged down dog. So eventually right toes to the back of the mat, left toes sweep high. Drop the left foot next to the right foot. On your exhale, roll forward, high plank, wrists underneath the shoulders. Big step forward with the hands, maybe a step back with the feet. Really press the floor away from you. If you want more, come to the tops of the toes. Last big cycle of breath. Glutes are strong. And then drop the knees to the floor, roll the belly and the hips down and through, rolling through to your either seal pose with elbows lifted or sphinx pose with elbows to the mat. Soften the heart to the floor, hands underneath the shoulders. Again, option to come up onto fingertips. If that's too much, flatten the palms. Curl onto toes. With your inhale, press all the way up, high plank. Lift the right foot to a hover. On your exhale, right knee taps right elbow. Keep the wrists underneath the shoulders. Kick the right toes back. And then hook the right big toe and second toe on the left Achilles tendon. Use the right foot to pull the left heel towards the mat. Find a little bit of a bounce with the upper body. Still on the fingertips, if that's okay. If it's too much, palms to the floor is fine. Exhale, roll back forward. Lift the right foot back to a hover, and then release it down. Left toes to a hover. Pull the rib cage up and in. Left big toe and second toe hook to the right heel. Use the left foot to peel the right heel towards floor. Send the hips up and back. Find a little bit of a bounce with the upper body. On your exhale, roll back forward. Last time here, left foot to a hover. Drop the left foot down, palms flat on the floor. So we're back in our high plank. And then bend into the knees, pulling the hips towards the heels, the heart towards the thighs, press the floor away. On your exhale, step, walk, or hop the feet to the top of the mat, landing in your forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen the spine, open the mouth for your exhale, release. Inhale to rise, come all the way through, standing palms to touch overhead. On your exhale, cactus out the arms, peel the heart through, shoulders roll onto the back body. Inhale, back up through center. On your exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift and lengthen. On your exhale this time, you choose. Plant the hands. You can either add in an inversion, or if you wanted a crow pose, that's an option too. Or you can simply step back, take your vinyasa, and the next place we'll meet is in our downward dog. Just one more sane like that. We'll connect it with breath. I'll speed it up a bit, but stay connected with your own rhythm. On your exhale, feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Rebound, half lift, lengthen. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale, rise, come through, standing, palms to touch overhead. On your exhale, cactus out the arms, glutes engage, peel the heart through. Inhale, back up through center. On your exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, long spine. On your exhale, release. Option to get playful along the way. Requirement that you get playful along the way, but it doesn't matter what it looks like. Child's pose is an option as well. Meeting point is downward dog. On your exhale, let's walk the hands to the back of the mat. So we're landing in a forward fold. Roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. So head and neck are last to lift. Extend arms up overhead at the top. Bring the palms all the way to touch. Shift your weight into the toes, so heels lift. Take a slow motion bend into the knees. The slower you go, the more juicy it becomes, until the hips are all the way down onto the heels. Come up as high as you can on the balls of the feet. So we're stretching out the bottoms of the feet. And then on your exhale, twist the upper body to the right so that the left hand reaches for the right knee. The right hand reaches behind the back for the left inner thigh. And then use the grip of the hands on the legs to traction the heart open into the space behind you. On your inhale, come back through center. Arms extend up overhead. On your exhale, twist to the left. Right hand somewhere along the left leg. Left hand behind the back, maybe for the right inner thigh. And then again, whatever point of contact you have, press into it so you can peel the heart open. Inhale to come back through center. Arms extend up overhead. We're going to lean the upper body back. See if you can just tap the knees to the floor and then pull them back into the chest. Go slow here as you need to. A couple times, tap the knees and then pull into the chest. Tap the knees. Last time, pull into the chest. And then this time, we're going to bring the knees all the way down. Palms come out in front of you, palms facing up, and lean the upper body back as far as you can while keeping integrity in the spine. And then on your inhale, see if you can keep this straight line with the body as you come all the way up to standing on the shins, standing on the knees. Hands come to the low back, fingers point down. Roll the shoulders onto the back body as you tuck the tailbone forward and peel the heart through the hands, finding a camel pose. On your inhale, come back up through center. Arms extend out to a T. Take the hands into fists. Shift your weight into the left knee. See if you can pull right knee up into the chest and take a big step forward with the right foot. Again, arms are out to a T. Maybe you even find a little bit of a pulse with the hips down and forward. So you're getting length in the front of the left hip. And then on your inhale, we're going to straighten through the right leg, pull the right toes back, and pull the heart towards the right thigh. Imagine someone's playing tug-of-war on your hands in either direction, and then roll out the wrists. Keep tractioning the heart towards right thigh. Keep pulling the right toes back. Let's bring arms behind you, palms face up. We're going to kick off of the left toe, landing all the way in a warrior three by shifting forward and landing on the right foot. Arms stay to airplane wings beside you. Bend so much into the right knee that the left knee drops to the floor before the left toes, and then straighten out the right leg. Pull the right toes back. Shift all the way forward. Warrior three. Extend arms out long in front of you. Pull the rib cage up and in. So you're knitting the rib cage in so that you're strengthening out through the core. Come all the way up to standing. Left knee comes up into the chest. We're going to bring the palms again to face in front of you. Peel the heart through the shoulders. Little bit of a back bend here. And then as you come back through center, left foot plants next to the right as you scoop the upper body forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale to release, plant the hands, either step back, hop back, crow back, invert back. Movement of choice on the way to downward dog. But whatever movement you do take, connect it with some sort of intention, some sort of connection to self, to breath. On your next exhale, walk the hands to the back of the mat. So we're in our forward fold at the back. One vertebrae at a time. On your inhale, roll up. Arms extend up overhead at the top. Come up high onto the toes. Slow motion, lower all the way down to the heels. Again, the slower you go, the more difficult it becomes. Keep reaching through the fingertips. Once you're down on your exhale, we'll twist to the left. Right hand somewhere on the left leg, left hand behind the back, maybe hooking the right thigh. Come even higher onto the toes. Inhale to release back through center, swapping it out for the other side. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the back. Inhale to come back through center. Arms extend out to a T. Lean the upper body back and tap the knees to the floor. Strength of the lower core pulls the knees back in. Lean the upper body back and tap. And then pull back in. Move with your own pace, your own rhythm. Totally fine if you're not with me. Tap the knees. And then pull back in. This time leaning all the way back. Knees come all the way to the floor. Lean the upper body back as far as you can while keeping the integrity in the core. Palms face up. Keeping the upper body in this straight line. We're going to come all the way up to standing on the shins. Shoulders stack on top of hips. Stack on top of knees. Come back up through center. Arms extend out into a T. We're going to shift our weight into the right knee. Move slow here. Left knee comes up into the chest. And then take a slow motion step forward with the left foot. Dropping the hips down and forward. Let's flex out the palms this time. Pulling the middle fingers back towards the face. And then find a little bit of a bounce with the lower body with the hips. So you're really lengthening out through the front of the right hip. Keep flexing out the hands. And then release the hands down so fingers point towards the mat. So really pulling the middle fingers now in towards the forearms. And then hands into a fist. Let's straighten out through the left leg, left toes pull back, and then dive the heart forward. So heart towards the left thigh, and then roll out the wrists. And the spine stays long here. One more exhale to soften a little bit deeper. Make sure the left leg is not overextended. Left knee is not hyperextended, I mean. We're going to shift all the way forward into a warrior three. So kicking off of the right toes. Spine comes long. Right leg extends long. Slow motion bend in the left knee. If you can, see if you can drop the right knee all the way to the mat before the right toes. And then straighten out left leg. Heart softens towards left thigh. And as you're ready, shift all the way forward back into our warrior three. Spine parallel to the floor, right leg parallel to the floor. Arms back to airplane wings beside you. On your inhale, come all the way up to standing. Right knee comes up into the chest, right foot is flexed, and then open the heart towards the sky. A little bit of a back bend here. As you come back through center, right foot plants next to the left. Circle the arms forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Plant the hands, either step back, hop back, handstand back, vinyasa back. Whatever movement carries you to a down dog. And I purposefully don't always do these with you because I want you to find a practice that is yours. So we're meeting in a down dog, but make something up along the way. Find a shape that challenges you, even if that shape is child's pose. Come up high onto the toes. Take a deep bend into the knees. So heart pulls towards thighs, hips towards heels. On your exhale, shift forward, high plank, wrists underneath the shoulders. Lift the left foot to a hover, and then reach the right fingertips to the back of the mat. Send the hips back, send the left toes back, and then on your exhale, shift forward, left knee taps left elbow. Spin to the inside edge of the right foot. This time left leg is coming off to the left side of the mat, but keep the foot lifted. So left foot lifted above the mat, and then bend into the right knee, hips then towards the right heel. Come back through center. As the right hand plants, stack the left knee on top of the right knee, finding an eagle leg plank pose. Maybe you find the double clasp, or maybe the left knee is just stacked. Come to the outside edge of right foot, left fingertips sweep high. And then again, bend into the left knee, send hips towards the heel and sweep left fingertips to the front of the room. On your inhale, come back through center, left hand plants, unravel the left toes to kick all the way back. And then on your exhale, left knee to left elbow, either hang out here or out on your flying crow by sweeping the right toes high. Drop the right toes back down, kick the left foot back, three-legged down dog. Left foot stays lifted as you ripple forward. Find your high plank, wrists underneath shoulders, left toes to a hover. Slow motion, lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the right toes, but lift the left foot even a little bit higher. So pressing the top of the right foot into the floor to traction the left foot high. Left glutes are engaged. Stack the left ankle on top of the right. Curl onto the right toes. Press all the way up, high plank, keeping left ankle stacked. And then on your exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Shift forward, high plank, left ankle on top of right. And then inhale back to a hover. Exhale, forward. Inhale to come back. Last one, exhale, forward, pause. Left foot steps, hip width distance apart. Lift the right toes, do a hover. Right foot is flexed. Left fingertips sweep all the way to the back of the room, and then start to kick the right toes back, left fingertips back. Press floor away from you with the right hand. Learn the art of laughing at yourself when you fall out, and then just hopping right back in. On your exhale, shift forward. Right knee taps right elbow. Pivot to the inside edge of left foot. Right foot stays lifted, but straighten out through the right leg. Bend into the left knee, so hips come to the left heel. Sweep left fingertips forward. As you pivot back to the top of the mat, find your eagle legs, right knee stacks on top of left. Maybe you find the double clasp. So bend into both knees. Shift to the outside edge of left foot. Sweep right fingertips high. And then bend into the knees so you can pull the hips towards the heels. As you come back forward, right hand underneath right shoulder, kick the right toes all the way back. Three-legged down dog. A moment to catch your breath or to catch up if you're moving at a different pace. On your exhale, shift forward, right knee to the right elbow. Option to stay here or to pop up into your flying crow. Left toe sweep high. So right knee finds that shelf on the back of the right elbow. Drop the left toes all the way back. Kick the right foot back. On your exhale, roll forward. High plank, right toes to a hover. All right, elbows stay in. Let's lower all the way down to the belly. Let the elbows graze the rib cage. Untuck the left toes and then sweep the right foot as high as you can. So you're engaging into the right glutes and into the hamstrings. Back body strength is a really important complement to any core work that we do. So lift right toes even a little bit higher. And then drop the right ankle to cross over the back of the left. Curl onto the ball of the left foot. On your inhale, press all the way up, high plank. And then on your exhale, send the hips back, downward dog. Ripple the spine forward, high plank. Keep right ankle crossed on top of left. Elbows graze the rib cage as you lower all the way down to the belly. Stay planted in the hands. Knit the rib cage up and in as you press up, high plank. And then exhale, send the hips back, right ankle stays crossed. One more time, exhale, roll forward. Elbows graze rib cage as you lower all the way down to the belly. Drop the right toes to the mat, so feet back to hip width distance. Press all the way up, high plank. And then bend into the knees, pull the hips back towards the heels. Straighten out the legs, downward dog. Whew. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. Landing in our forward fold, Uttanasana. One vertebrae at a time. On your inhale, let's roll up the spine, coming all the way to standing. Arms extend up overhead. Come up onto the toes, heels lift. Use your exhale to slow motion lower all the way down, so hips all the way down to the heels. Once you're down, palms come to face in front of you. Lean the upper body back, tap the knees. Pull the knees back into the chest. This time, see if you can send the hips back and drop the heels to the floor. Maybe they don't touch all the way, that's fine. Reach upper body forward. Inhale, come back through center. Tap the knees, peel the heart open. Exhale, send the hips back, heels to the floor, upper body reaches forward. Last one, lean the upper body back, tap the knees to the floor. And then again, upper body leans as far back as you can. Keep the integrity of the core to come all the way up to standing on the shins. Hands come to the low back, roll the shoulders down. Tuck the tailbone, peel the heart through. Using your inhale, come back up through center. Arms extend into a T, hands into fists. Weight comes into the left knee. Pull the right knee up into the chest. And take a big step all the way forward. Drop the hips down and forward, untuck the left toes, knowing that this is an option. If you need to keep the left toes tucked, you can. We're gonna press into the top of the left foot to lift the hips. Keep inviting the hips down and forward. And then drop the left knee down, straighten out the right leg, heart towards right thigh. Curl back onto the ball of the left foot. Arms stay to airplane wings as you kick off of the left toes, come all the way forward, warrior three. Now we're gonna keep the arms extended out, and as if you're just rotating around the spine, peel the heart open to the right, right fingertips open up, left fingertips reach down. On your exhale, bend into both knees, pull the left knee next to the right knee. Left heel stays squeezing in towards left glute, and then bring palms to touch at the heart. On your exhale, twist the upper body to the left, so you're hooking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, but the left heel is in towards left glute. Option number 2 is to be in a chair pose with left foot on the mat. Inhale to kick back, warrior three, left leg back, spine long. Come all the way up to standing, left knee into the chest. This time, left knee stacks all the way on top of the right eagle legs. Inhale, arms extend up overhead, lift up and out. On your exhale, right elbow comes underneath the left. Peel the elbows towards the front of the room. So the back of the heart presses into the space behind you, and then sweep fingertips up high. Sink even a little deeper in the standing leg. Lean the back of the heart into the space behind you. On your inhale, unravel. Left foot plants next to the right. Arms extend up overhead. Cactus out the arms. Peel the heart through. Drop the hands to interlace at the low back. And keeping that clasp of the hands, exhale, fold forward. Drop the head. Chin in towards chest. Heels of the hands in towards each other. Release the hands to the mat. Either a couple hops towards handstand, an additional crow pose, or another shape or vinyasa along the way, meeting in your down dog. Last time for this sequence, walk the hands to the back of the mat. With an inhale, find the breath here. Roll up the spine, make it slow, make it juicy, articulating each vertebrae in the spine. Come all the way to standing. Arms reach high. Come up onto the toes so that the heels lift, and then keeping the spine long, slow motion, roll down the spine, or lower down the spine by bending the knees. That cue didn't make sense, but we've done this. You know where we're going. Once you're down, palms face in front of you, spine is tall, lean the upper body back, tap the knees to the floor, and then find that integrity in the core to pull the knees back in. Send the heels towards the floor, fingertips reach forward, and imagine someone was standing at the mat and pulling your hands forward. Lean the upper body back, tap the knees, heart pulls through, spine is long, and then back through center, drop the heels, fingertips reach forward. Last one, lift the heels. Upper body leans back, drop the knees all the way to the floor, and lean as low as you can down to the mat while keeping integrity in the core and the glutes and the low back. Come all the way up to standing on the shins. Hands come to the low back. One more round of camel. Shoulders roll together and down as you tuck the tailbone forward and peel the heart through. Head and neck stay in line with the spine. On your inhale, come back up through center. Arms extend out into a T. Weight comes into the right knee. Pull the left knee up into the chest. And slow motion, big step forward with the left foot. Really press the hips down and forwards. We're bringing length into the front of the right hip. Untuck the right toes if you can, again, knowing that's totally optional. And then pressing into either the top of the right foot or the ball of the foot. Lift the right knee. Keep sending the hips down and forward, rolling shoulders onto the back body, and then roll out the wrists. Glutes are super strong here. They are your stability muscles. Drop the right knee back down as you straighten out through the left leg. Pull the heart towards the left thigh while keeping the spine long. reaching crown of the head forward. All right, big shift here, all the way forward into our warrior three by kicking off of the right toes, spine reaches forward, equal weight underneath the left foot. So arms stay out to a T here. See if you can lift the back of the right thigh up towards sky even a little bit more. And then on your exhale, just pivoting around the heart, pivoting around the spine, upper body opens up to the left. So right hand drops down, left fingertips open up. Maybe right hand is just to a hover above the floor. Maybe you test balance by bringing gaze up to the left fingertips. All right, bend into the left knee and bring right knee in, bend into the right knee and pull the right knee in towards the left. So the knees are in line, but right heel squeezes in towards right glute. Bring palms to touch at the heart. And then on your exhale, twist over to the right. So left elbow hooks to the outside of right knee, but the right heel is squeezing in towards the right glute. Release the twist, arms to airplane wings, come all the way up to standing, right knee into the chest. Stack the right knee all the way on top of the left. Maybe you find the double clasp, eagle legs. And then on your inhale, arms extend. On your exhale, left arm comes underneath the right, pulling elbows away from the heart. Really sweep fingertips up high. Sink even a little deeper in the standing leg as you pull the heart into the space behind you. Unravel it all, right foot next to the left, arms extend. With your exhale, cactus out the arms, engaging the glutes, tuck tailbone forward. Drop the hands to interlace at the low back. Maybe you find the opposite interlace of the hands. With your exhale, dive the heart forward. Uttanasana, keeping this clasp, the interlace of the hands. This time taking a bend into the right knee, letting right shoulder drop towards right knee. And then re-straightening the right leg, left knee bends, left shoulder drops. Re-straightening left leg, drop the hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Open the mouth, exhale, release. Plant the hands, either hops towards handstand, crow pose, any other inversion or arm balance of choice, or simply step back, vinyasa, eventually landing in your downward dog. So hips send towards the back of the room, heart sends towards the front of the thighs. One last sequence before we start to take it down. Come up high onto the toes. Deep bend into the knees, and on your exhale, step, walk, hop, or handstand to the top of the mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale to release. Feet are hip width distance. Bend into the knees. You can plant the feet or plant the hands on the floor. Lift the right toes to tap right wrist. Blocks are always available if you need them. This time, swing the right leg out to the side. And then swing the right arm out to the side. So right fingers reach towards right toes. Bend into the left knee and send the right foot off to the left side of the mat. Right hand down, left fingertips open up. And then dropping left hand back down to the mat. Sweep the right toes high, finding your standing split. Maybe you add on a couple hops towards handstand. Whoo, bad side. Even if it's your bad side, couple hops towards handstand. We're gonna land in our three-legged down dog, just as we did in the beginning of practice. So left toes to the back of the mat, right toes sweep high. Reach left fingertips back towards back of the room. And then shift forward, right knee taps right elbow. Spin to the inside edge of left foot. Right leg kicks out as left fingertips reach forward. Send the hips back towards the left heel. Circle the left hand down as you eagle leg, right knee on top of left knee. Maybe you find the double clasp. Weight comes to the outside edge of left foot. Right fingertips open up. This time we're going to stay in our Vashisthasana. Keep the bend into both knees, but lift the right knee up towards the right elbow and then straighten out through the left leg. Right fingertips reach forward. Big step forward with the right foot to the top of the mat. Left foot, come to the ball of the left foot. Windmill open, warrior two. Left foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. Reach long through fingertips. With your inhale, as you reverse Your warrior, straighten out through the right leg. So reversing the triangle. Re-bend into the right knee, warrior two, arms extend long. We're gonna keep the arms out to the side, but now bend into the left knee and pivot left toes out, goddess pose. We're gonna play here with shifting towards the back of the mat, coming to the ball of the right foot and tapping right knee to the floor. And then opening back up, goddess. And then over to the right, tap the left knee to the floor, spin the heart to the right. Inhale, back up through center one more time. Pivot to the ball of the right foot. Right knee taps the mat. Inhale, center. Pivot to the ball of the left foot. It's okay if you're not with my pace. Don't worry about the rhythm of the movement as long as it's your own. Land back in your goddess. Hands to the knees. Shift your weight side to side. And then on your exhale, right shoulder drops down, deep twist in the spine. Inhale, center. On your exhale, left shoulder drops. Inhale, back up through center, straighten out the legs, feet parallel, arms extend up overhead. And then on your exhale, back to your warrior two, right toes point forward. Circle the hands to frame out the right foot. Kick all the way back, three-legged down dog. And then drop the right foot next to the left foot. On your exhale, bend into the elbows, tap the elbows to the mat. Straighten out the arms. Exhale to tap. Straighten out the arms, last one, exhale, tap. Keep the elbows on the floor, now drop the knees to the floor. So we're in kind of a low tabletop position. Pulling up finger pads, knuckle pads, and then roll the heart through, coming all the way to your up dog, maybe flipping to the tops of the toes. With your exhale, send the hips up and back, downward dog. Come up high onto the toes, deep bend into the knees. With your exhale, step, walk, hop, handstand, play, meeting at the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to release. Hands plant shoulder width distance, as much bend in the knees as you need to tap the left toes to the left wrist, maybe even slide the knees towards the left elbow. And then swing the left leg out to the left as far as you can. Left fingertips out to the left. Maybe the left hand reaches the outside edge of the left foot. All right, bend into the right knee. Swing the left leg all the way around until the outside edge of the left foot is off to the right side of the mat. Left hand plants, right fingertips open up. If you want more intensity in the stretch, you can re-straighten through the right leg. And then releasing right hand down. Left toes kick high, standing split. Okay, you can hang out in your standing split, or you can ground finger pads and knuckle pads to the floor. Press the floor away from you. So biceps towards the ears, opposite of what you hear a lot of time during yoga, but necessary for handstands. Maybe it's an inch, hop right foot off the floor. Maybe eventually you turn the insides of the elbows forward, straighten out the arms, and land all the way in a handstand. Even if it's just a moment of balance. And then we're gonna land in our three-legged down dog. So eventually, right toes to the back of the mat, left toe sweep high. Stay on the ball of the right foot. Reach the right hand to the back of the room. Start to shift your weight forward. Left elbow taps left knee. See if you can hold it for a micro moment longer than you want to. And then spin to the inside edge of right foot as left leg threads through. Bend into the right knee, hips on top, or hips towards the right heel. And then as you come back through center, plant the right hand, stack the left knee on top of the right knee, finding your eagle legs. Weight comes to the outside edge of right foot, left fingertips sweep high. So you have a bend in both knees here. Vashisthasana, side plank with eagle legs. We're gonna unravel the left knee. Both knees stay bent, but bring the left knee up towards the left elbow. And then straighten out through right leg. Woo. Left fingertips reach forward. Slow motion, left foot steps all the way to the top of the mat. Shift to the ball of the right foot. Once you've found your breath, open up, warrior two. Right foot spins flat. Gaze over left middle finger, spin the upper body to the right. This time, instead of goddess on this side, we're gonna do something different. Skandasana to the back of the mat, hips on top of right heel. Left leg is straight, left toes point up. Arms stay to the sides if you can. If you need them for balance or for support, please know that you can drop them down. We're gonna drop the hips all the way to the floor. Pivot the right knee to tap the left knee. And then bring the right knee back up. Lift the hips. Slow, low movement to the other side on top of left heel. Right leg is straight, right toes point up. Drop the hips down. Left knee taps the inside of the right knee, spin the heart to the right. Inhale back through center, left foot plants. Lift the hips. Slow lower back through center, over to the right. We're gonna come all the way back up to your warrior two. So left foot plants, right foot parallel. Reach fingertips long. Again, as you reverse your warrior, straighten out through left leg. So reversing triangle, right hand, right thigh, left arm up and over. Rebend into the left knee. Cartwheel the hands to frame out the left foot. Step back, high plank. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Find a moment of pause. Long, slow, and intentional inhales and exhales. And as you're ready, roll the hips back, landing in your downward dog. On your inhale, sweep the right toes high. With your exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So starting to slow things down, drop hips down and forward and soften the left knee to the floor. You can either stay on the hands, you can lower to forearms, or bring forearms to a prop. Always, you also have the option of bending into left knee and reaching right hand around for left toes. Big opening down the left quads. And then releasing left toes if you've got them. Hands to the inside of the right foot. Lift the left knee. And then take a big step forward, Malasana Yogi squat. So hips drop low. See if you can hold on to opposite ankles here. And then pull on the ankles to open up the backs of the shoulders. And invite the chin in towards chest. So chin actively in towards chest. And then reverse the grip, so whichever arm is on top, just swap it out. Again, pulling the hands on the ankles so that you can broaden through where wings would be if you had them on your back. All right, let's gently release. Hands to the inside, between the feet, and then take a big step back with the right foot. Hips drop down and forward, soften right knee down. Again, you can hang out here. You can drop to the forearms, or you can reach left hand around towards right toes. And if this feels easy, you can keep the grip on the foot and drop the right forearm down. And even here, finding a connection to the breath and checking in with where the mind goes when it's asked for stillness. When it's asked to find stillness. Release right toes. If you've got them, press back up to the hands. Keep the right knee down this time. We're gonna just step the left knee back so we're landing in a tabletop position. Let's take a couple cycles of cat-cow. Inhaling to open collarbones, lift tailbone, lift gaze. And then exhale to round through the back body, tucking tailbone down, chin in towards chest, back of the heart towards sky. Come back through a neutral spine. Walk the feet a little bit wider, knees in towards each other, and then sit back between the heels. You may need to scooch forward. If this is a shape that causes tension in the knees, you can sit up onto the feet. Or you could bring a block in between the feet and sit up onto a prop. You might hang out right here, or you could drop hands behind you. You could drop elbows to the floor. You could eventually come all the way down to the back. Just being mindful that you're not going farther than feels protected in the knee joints, and as you come down, it also becomes a back bend, so be mindful of the low spine. And just 2 more cycles of breath in whatever shape you've landed in. And if you've lowered to the back, we'll press up to the hands first, to the forearms first. And then up to the hands, eventually moving back through center. And then let's cross over the ankles. Legs extend long. We're gonna keep the left leg extended long. Right ankle is either gonna cross figure 4 over the top of the right knee, or you can pull it in for a half lotus. So the right heel in towards the front of the left hip. If you want to work towards full lotus, left leg could come on top of the right. So all our options, and then with any of those variations with the legs, you can either stay tall or you can fold forward. And then inhale to come back up through center. And from whatever shape you're in, we're just swapping it out for the other side. So right leg will extend long. Left ankle can either stack figure 4, or you can pull left heel in towards the front of the right hip. Sharp pain in the knee means you've gone too far. And if you wanted full lotus, right ankle on top this time. Either stay tall or fold forward. And then inhale to come back up through center. Unravel legs so that bottoms of the feet can come together. Hold on to the big toes. Lift up tall out of the waist. And then exhale to hinge forward. Elbows press into the inner thighs, maybe inviting knees towards the floor. And then inhale to come back up through center. Plant the feet hip width distance, knees are bent. Hands out by the sides, and then just windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Come back through neutral. Feet are planted, fingertips reach forward, and then exhale to roll down the spine. And we're gonna come right into our final supine twist. So right knee is gonna stack on top of left knee. You might find the full eagle legs. That is just an option. Arms drop out by the sides, and then use your exhale to drop legs over to the left as you also make sure that the right shoulder is engaged with the floor. And that'll help the twist find its way evenly throughout the spine rather than dumping into one particular point. And inhale to bring the legs back through center, and then we'll swap it out. Left knee on top of right, maybe the double clasp, just an option. And then legs eventually drop over to the right. And left shoulder is touching the floor. You might bring gaze towards left fingertips, which will bring the twist all the way through the crown of the head. And then inhale to come back through center. Pull both knees into the chest one last time, finding a little rock side to side, or maybe some small circles on the low back. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, we're gonna land in Savasana. So legs extend long to the top of the mat, arms are out to the sides with the palms facing up. Knowing that if there's any last movements you'd like before settling into Savasana, you're welcome to go there. We're really allowing the whole back body to soften into the support beneath you. And again, this closing of the eyes, which serves as almost like a ritual, an opportunity to check in with body, maybe notice how you're feeling now versus about an hour ago. And maybe to notice or even to ask if there's anything that you might need, anything you could offer yourself as you begin the transition out of the practice and into the rest of your day, evening, week, weekend. Notice if there's anywhere that you're holding. Can you soften the jaw? Can you soften the space where the eyelids meet each other? And then knowing that you have the encouragement to stay in Savasana longer, if you would like it. Or you could start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Keep the eyes closed for now. We're just inviting little movement back into the body, wrists, ankles. Maybe arms extend long, finding a full body stretch. You could roll onto a side or pull the knees into the chest. And just as we started, letting this transition back into movement be slow so that you can stay with you as we transition back out. So eyes are closed once you're up. Hands either come to touch at heart space, or they can rest wherever they're resting. And thank you guys so much for moving with me. Namaste. Thank you guys.